posting the 27th ranked total QBR in the NFL since Week 9. His total QBR of 9.9 in Sunday's win over Washington was the worst in his career. Meanwhile, rookie Micah Parsons getting a lot of love. So, Dan, who do you think is going to have the bigger impact down the stretch? Is it Dak or is it Micah?
Oh, it's Micah Parsons. It's the guy that people who have been around the NFL for a long time, specifically defensive coaches, have thrown his name around with the guy that we reference with two initials, LT. I mean, Rex Ryan Monday morning was like, I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it, you know, in reverence to LT and Micah Parsons' impact. You know, Marcus Spears and I on NFL Live yesterday did a breakdown of, and I posted it on Twitter this morning, of kind of how they're using Micah Parsons. Because I'm, as an offensive guy, and Woody knows this, I get frustrated watching the games because I'm going, stop one-on-one blocking this guy. You cannot allow that. And they're doing such a great job of really forcing you to and making sure. And I don't know if there's a lot of people in the league right now that can block him one-on-one as a pass rusher. He's the only guy in the NFL right now that is a 200-200 guy. He's got 200 snaps dropping back in pass coverage. He's got 200 snaps rushing the quarterback. He has become really like the Rob Gronkowski of defense, where everything is built around him. And you don't have anybody to match up against him. You don't have people that you could block him with on your offensive line that you feel great about. You don't have backs that can block him. You don't have tight ends that could block him. Think about that. That's what Gronk was on offense. He was indefensible. And I think that because of his impact, you can travel with that. He's only getting better. Week after week after week, all this young man has done is show up and show up and show up. And not only is his play being dominant, he's helping Randy Gregory have moments of dominance, and DeMarcus Lawrence have moments of dominance, and Leighton Vander Esch have moments of dominance, and it's helping their secondary. I think that he is the most important and most impactful person on this football team. And if he continues to play at this level, the Cowboys have a chance to win every single game.
Listen, I love Michael Parsons. I love watching him play. I think he's the defensive player of the year right now. I think that's how dominant he has been, you know, thus far. But I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott, the guy who touches the ball and impacts the game far more than any other player on the field. And the reason I say that is because with Dak Prescott, either he improves or he gets worse, and that has a direct correlation on the Dallas Cowboys, you know, whether they win or not. Because here's the thing, Dan, when I talk about Dak Prescott, now that we're coming down the stretch and get into the postseason, ultimately you're going to be facing some of the elite quarterbacks, right? Okay, whether it be, you know, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's. Can we really expect the Dallas Cowboys, as great, you know, as great as Michael Parsons has been, can we really expect those guys for him and those guys to hold those guys down without Dak Prescott having to improve as a quarterback? Because right now, I think we can all say that Dak Prescott is in a slump. There's no question, whether it's from some type of injury that he has going on, whatever the case may be, you know, guys in and out of the lineup around him. But I just feel like Dak Prescott has a bigger impact, again, because he has the ball each and every down, each and every play. And when you're going against elite quarterbacks, you're going to need your quarterback to go out there and play ball, because you can't expect your defense, as good as Michael Parsons is playing, you can't expect him to hold down the likes of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady and company in the NFC.
Yeah, I love that everyone's making excuses for Dak just not playing well. Maybe it's a calf injury. Aaron Rodgers has got a broken
No, you're not.
bone.
No, whoa. Hold on. I'm not making excuses for Dak. I'm saying
he's in a slump.
I'm not
he's
making
in a slump,
excuses.
or he's just playing bad football.
I'm saying
You think he's just playing bad football, Dan? You don't think it has anything to do with the injuries in the running game or any other
he's
factors?
playing. Listen, hold on. I think Dan is misinterpreting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Dak Prescott, for better or for worse, is going to impact the game more than Micah Parsons. Through his play.
Okay, so Molly, to answer your question, I think he's playing bad football. I think, and I've said this, I think he's playing scared football. I don't think he's a scared person. His play is scared right now. He doesn't trust his eyes. He doesn't trust the pocket. He doesn't trust his ability to go be creative. That's just and that's been the past couple of weeks. We've detailed it. So I think he's playing bad football, yes.
What do you attribute that to? Why all of a sudden he's scared? Because it was after an injury.
I always think there's multiple reasons why. I think that they have got a very good defense. So sometimes as a quarterback, you start to think, don't ruin it. Don't give the game away. We can win by playing good defense. I think that because of Tyron Smith is out for a couple games. I don't want to get hit. The left guard is not playing well. I don't want to get hit. Just make sure you get the ball out of your hands and get a completion. You get obsessed with that when the run game isn't as good as you want. Keep yourself ahead of the sticks. And he's not nearly as aggressive nor confident as we have seen him specifically.
Danny, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys can win a playoff game with Dak Prescott currently playing the way that he's playing right now?
I absolutely do. A playoff game, yes. A playoff game, yes. Because I still think these reasons why. I think their defense has the chance to be dominant. Yeah. I think their pass rush and their blitz, their 5-man pass rush, I believe has an opportunity to be dominant. If Anthony Brown, number 30, shows up and plays good football, they're a secondary that's difficult to throw it on. I also think that Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, I love him. He's a dear friend. I think he'll get back to, and you know this, Wood, some of their run game where they're pulling people. So Dak Prescott they can win a game with Dak Prescott playing below average football if they get back to some of that run game and that dominant defense. Do I think they can win a championship? No, absolutely not. But a playoff game, yes.
The problem with the run game is Pollard and Zeke have not been healthy.
Correct.
So that's a huge question mark there.
And I would agree with that. I also think just scheme-wise, they've gotten away from their stuff, Molly.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.